let's play with some fancy stitches. And I would like to start you out with some cluster stitches. So I'm going to create a row of foundation stitches, and I'm not counting, as you can see, because right here this will just be a swatch for us, maybe just a little bit more. Okay. Now to do a cluster, we are going to use our double crochet stitch that we just learned and used as a decrease. It's very similar. So do your yarn over and go into the fourth stitch from your hook, yarn over and pull it towards you, yarn over through two, and again leave this last loop on your hook on the right hand side. Do a yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull it towards you, yarn over and through just two. Now you have three loops on your hook on the right side. Yarn over into the next stitch, yarn over towards you, yarn over and through the first two. We now have four loops on our hook. Then you do a yarn over, go through all four and chain one to secure. And the reason we chain one, it just sets this nice little cluster into place. So now let's do our next cluster, and you can do this right on your foundation chain. Do a yarn over, go into your next stitch, always into the V, yarn over and towards you, yarn over and just through two. Retain the last loop on your hook, yarn over into the next one, towards you, through two, one more time, yarn over and towards you, yarn over through two. So here we are, we have four loops on the hook, yarn over through all four, and again these two fingers are doing the work, and a chain one. All right, next cluster, yarn over, pull it towards you, yarn over through two, here's two on the hook, again, now three on the hook, again, now four on the hook, yarn over through all four, and a chain stitch to set in place. Do it again, yarn over into the next one, pull it towards you and through two. Leave this top one on the hook. Do it again, two on the hook, yeah, and into the next one, and three on the hook, yarn over through all four, and do your chain stitch to set in place. Now yarn over, here's two, next one three, next one four, and yarn over and through all four. Now here's a little trick that I usually tell my students. If you're in the middle of a pattern or a sequence that you have created and you have like maybe one stitch too many, you can always go ahead and pull out this last stitch. You don't have to undo your entire foundation chain. Just pull it out and secure it down here on the bottom. I just undid the first chain. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 clusters. I'm going to chain 3. I'm going to turn like the pages of a book. Now I'm going to do a yarn over and I'm going to reach between the two clusters below, and I'm going to put 3 double crochets in here each time, retaining the last loop on the hook. So I did the same motion I did before. I have 4 loops on the hook, yarn over through 4 and chain 1. Now I go between the next 2 clusters, through 2, through 2, and through 2. You do it 3 times and you have 4 chains on the hook, yarn over and pull through. There's 2. Now let's do it again between the next 2 clusters. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And I just did 1 too many. You just want to do 3 so that you have 4 on the hook. Yarn over and through 4 and chain 1 to set. Between the last 2, 1, 2, you do it 3 times. And you have 4 chains on the hook, yarn over through 4, chain 1 to set, and then on this very end, put a double crochet into the top of your beginning chain 3, and then chain 3, turn, and then our next cluster goes between the first chain 3 and the first cluster. 2, 3, now we have 4 loops on the hook, yarn over and through 4 and chain 1. Now let's go into the next one and do it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. A little more material, yarn over through all 4 and then chain 1 to set. I'm going to go to the end of the row. 1, 2, 3 times to have 4 on the hook, yarn over through 4 and chain 1. One more time. 1, 2, 3, yarn over through 4, chain 1, and right here on the end comes your double crochet. Nope, we've got to do 1 more cluster. 1, 2, and believe me, you can tell when you get to that spot that you need to do 1 more cluster and then go into the top of the chain 3 to retain your nice edges. So let me chain 3 and turn, and right here you can see what a nice pattern this makes. This is a lovely design that you can do for a men's scarf. You can use it on a lady scarf depending on how you finish it. You can use it on a baby sweater. You can do all kinds of lovely things. So right here what I would like to do is a row of half doubles across. So I chain 2 and I go into the first stitch, the top of the cluster, in between the next ones, the next cluster, in top of the cluster, between the cluster, on top of the cluster, between the clusters, on top of the cluster, and I'm going to show you a nice finishing idea. Half double, between the clusters, and half double on top of the cluster, and half double in the end. Okay.